From the shadows of New York's Manhattan skyline to Arizona's Valley of the Sun resides a radio program the world over has been waiting for. Hosted by two men no one has ever heard of. It's a place where idiocracy runs free and rarely a point is made. Kieran.
Peasants, I can't deal with this. I am Rocket, Sir Rocket of Elmont.
Rocket.
Winthrop, get the yachts ready. We're going to Mond.
Together, these men will bring you laughter at any cost, even if that means sacrificing their own egos or well-being. So put your brains on standby. Sit back and relax. The boys have returned. Lunatic Radio starts now.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Lunatic Radio Show. I'm Kieran, that's Rockway over there in beautiful New York City.
What up?
Oh, Rock wearing his sunglasses today, everybody.
Because I'm a douche.
What are those? Those are definitely holding on to the summer glasses.
That's exactly right. That's the that's like one of those food truck festivals, you know, like late August, you know, or
if you're watching live, Rock has bright orange sunglasses on.
Or like the lawn chairs with the kiddie pool filled with ice.
Yeah.
And beers in it. Those are good times. I miss those days. I'll never forget going to Belmont Racetrack when you used to be able to do that. Bring in the kiddie pool with the beer to Belmont Race and just sit there and pound all day.
You could bring in a kiddie pool to Belmont Racetrack?
Before, when like back in the day when it was just about like, you know, and I'm talking about like, you know, I'm not talking about Belmont Stakes. I'm talking about, you know, just any given day that they had races when no one gave a shit about that stuff, you know. They wanted just people there. And so there was no limit to what you brought because, you know, you were there for a long day. So yeah, absolutely. People would bring kiddie pools filled with ice and beers, obviously.
Those orange sunglasses are I don't know what they are. I am trying to.
This is my attempt to be that YouTube guy, that skateboarder guy that has like those tons of videos and he's always like GoProing everything. You know what I'm talking about? He like lives in Manhattan.
I was GoPro'd not too long ago on the streets of Chandler, Arizona. I was so mad about it too. Like I got mad. Like I was driving my car and I pulled up to a stoplight.
Okay.
And this dude rolls up on a like one of them crotch rockets, right?
Okay.
Next to me. And he just turns to the side. He's motioning for me to roll down my window, which I think I had rolled down anyway. But he's like, dude, your cell phone's on top of your car. Your cell phone's on top of your car. And I'm like, what?
What?
So I get out of my car and I look up on top.
Yeah.
And obviously the cell phone's not there. I see it on my goddamn passenger seat.
Right.
And he's like, I got you.
Oh, really?
Right. Now I'm part of some sort of Instagram feed of the dickhead
Faced.
who fell for the joke with the guy that rides the crotch rocket.
You've
Fucking
been punked.
I've been punked.
Face.
And like when the light turned green, he sped away and gave me the old thumbs up. Like, thanks for the content, buddy. Asshole. I love your douchey glasses, Rock, though. They look pretty good.
Yeah, I kind of like they don't show my worn and weathered eyes. I feel like I'm about 10 years younger with these things on, so.
You're like the know what you look like? You look like the classy guy out in Montauk who's kind of hip to the kids.
That's right.
You know? Hip to what the kids are into.
Yeah, right. But I'm like, 30 years older than them. So I'll make a reference. I'll be like, oh, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, laugh. And then I'll make a reference that's like way over their heads. And I'm just standing there by myself.
Like you can roll up on a group of millennials hanging out at the local establishment, drinking some beers. And you can, throw some knowledge at them.
That's right.
In like in a hip way.
Yeah, yeah. Used to party out here with Richard Gere.
Or you look like the college professor who still bangs his students. That's what you look like. Just something like that. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the guy that I'm trying to refer to. I forget his name. He's like on YouTube. He's got a whole bunch of videos. I don't know. But yeah, I kind of like it. I'm kind of like looking like you, but with just dark lenses.
I don't know about that. I think he'll just look like a colossal douche.
I mean, you're basically wearing sunglasses. They're just see-through. They're just really shitty. You're just wearing really shitty sunglasses.
These are not sunglasses at all, Rock.
They're just terrible. Those are like Walmart sunglasses.
You can see my eyes.
You gotta work on that UV protection.
718-690-9290 if you want to call into the program.
I kind of like this. I like this. This is like, I don't really give a shit.
By the way, just to play up on the whole Rock going out to Montauk.
That's right.
And being like a hoity-toity Hamptonite yuppie type guy, he's drinking Montauk beer.
That's right.
Like he can't try to downplay the stereotype a little bit, Rock.
Do you hear that horse getting beat? Do you hear it in the headset? Do you hear it?
This is a bit that just no one gets, yet we keep on holding on to it.
When to that point, I gotta add, when you had the that woman on the sports Blythe, I forget her name, I apologize. Blythe. Yeah, Blythe. I was so curious to hear her reactions as you were playing the intro, as it's just one giant inside joke. And she kind of had this look on like, oh, these guys are kind of funny, but I have no idea what the hell they're talking about. She was kind of like, huh, I think I get it. Like, I'm going to pretend like I'm going to smile like I get it because I don't want to seem like I'm dumb, but I really don't know what the hell they're talking about in this audio.
Right. Oh, right. Yeah. Our intros kind of doesn't make sense if you don't know the show.
Right. Which is awesome, which is really cool. Really helps the show.
Yeah. Our whole show, entire broadcast is a fucking inside joke no one gets.
Really is. An inside joke from 2006.
Probably not a good idea. The whole show is just not a good idea.
Yeah, you should go into those podcasting like forums on Facebook and be like, is it weird to have a show that's just basically dedicated to one giant inside joke? Thoughts?
I started following some thing on Instagram calling it's something called like Podcast 101. Because pretty much you and I started this whole thing like 17 years ago. Yeah, we don't know what the hell the medium is.
Yeah, exactly. We were just winging it, making it up as we went along.
We've been literally doing this longer than all your podcasts that you see on iTunes. We've been doing this longer than all of them. The Joe Rogans, everybody. Name them all. We've been doing it longer, and we shouldn't have. We don't know how to do it. Weird.
As always, the reference, Kieran was uploading real audio files to the internet that were over 100 megabytes each. And at the time, being like 2001, that was like huge files.
When I used to upload audio files to the internet, like our radio show, it would literally take 3 days.
It was real production.
Come home from work on Wednesday, and oh, great, the show's available for people to listen to. And if more than 36 people listen to it, I'm going to have a server bill of about $5,000. That was a real gamble. Doing
it really was. You just like every day you come home and be like, oh, what are these stats? Please be low.
Literally could have still, yeah. I could be in massive debt if a lot of people actually listen to the show.
Just let me know when this becomes annoying.
Speaking of random followers, like I just started following the Podcast 101 to learn how to do podcasting. I got, you know who follows us on the Instagram there, Rock? Here's just a rando follow. Rob Gronkowski's brother.
Joey Gronkowski?
There's like 4 of them.
Tommy?
His name's Chris Gronkowski.
Wow.
And he follows just a rando follow.
That's amazing.
I don't know if I have to feel honored or what. I guess Rob Gronkowski's brother likes the show.
You never know. It could be Rob, but he's just putting on an alias so that people don't know what he's doing.
There's 4 Gronkowski brothers. Can you imagine? Like Rob Gronkowski's enough.
It really is.
They all look the same. They're all giant monsters who just they're giant. They're 4 giant bros. Can you imagine if they all lived in the same house at one point?
That house must have been just like insanity.
I know. How tall were the fucking ceilings? They're all like 6'8". Can you imagine the shitter and the Gronkowski?
Oh my god! They're just replacing toilets every year.
Yeah, they're fucking yeah. That's crazy. They're replacing toilets like they replace toothpaste.
All the doorways in the houses are just like busted like ovals because they're just busting through all the doorways. It's like they were gonna fix them. Like fuck it, they're just busting it right exactly. They're just busting through walls.
They just missed the door and they walked straight through the wall.
Dad, I walked through the wall again. I missed the door. It's okay. It's okay, Rob.
A giant human being walking through the sheetrock.
Dad, I ate the kitchen counter again. I thought it was a Pop-Tart.
Thought it was a sandwich, Dad. just like opening the fridge door, just ripping off the goddamn door.
I keep forgetting, Dad, that if the door just swings open, I don't tear it off.
You know what? I have to see a picture of the Gronkowski household, the house they grew up in.
Imagine that, like food, like because I'm assuming they're all within a relative age. You know,
yeah, pretty much close to each other. Yeah,
that fucking like food shopping bill. I can't even imagine. Like the mother's just like shoveling like food with like a snow shovel into their mouth. Just the amount that they're eating and ingesting and the calories they're burning.
Probably just lugging home like like that big meat that Rocky used to beat up in the fucking
giant
movie.
Shanks of meat and just throwing it on. And there's like
giant human being.
That house, man, I can't even, I just can't imagine daily life with that amount of testosterone and athleticism and
right.
Although you look at the Mannings and then you have like, what's his name, Chad Manning or whatever, who's like doing like IT or something.
They're all relatively the same age, so they all hit like puberty around the same time. Can you imagine what that was like?
Oh my god, those socks.
Yeah, oh my god. Just jacking.
That is an interview, Karen. Getting the Gronkowski's mother. That is an interview.
Right.
Like just dealing with all that.
Right. How do you raise 4 giant animals?
I mean, in the kindest way possible. I mean, that's like, I'm sure that just, they're all Robs. They're a whole bunch of Rob Gronkowskis. Just
I mean, I when Chris Gronkowski followed us this week, I'm like, is this Rob? And I had to Google it, and it actually is his brother.
Jesus.
And so I just take a look at I don't even know what this guy looks like. He looks exactly like Rob. He just doesn't play in the NFL. He's all jacked. Got fucking 8 abs. He's broing out in the gym, like he's got gym selfies, of him. Like he's pretty much shirtless in the gym, like his brother does every time he goes to Vegas. He just walks down the street with his shirt off, catching footballs from people. Fucking just.
They had a refrigerator just dedicated to like gallons of milk because every time they would just down a gallon of milk each time, just drilling it all over themselves.
They never have like a glass of water. No. It's like a gallon of water. They just have pallets of fucking liquid. And they roll outside, and they must have grown up in a barn, like a stable. Like when everybody goes to bed, like the Gronkowski boys go to bed, they just go into 4 different stables. Can you imagine like
they're kicking the walls of the stable? Settle down there, Rob. Settle down. Yeah.
Imagine like if one, like the first Gronkowski brother to bring home a girlfriend. Can you imagine how terrifying that was for the girl?
Yeah, really.
It's like 4 versions of the same guy. You're like a little bunny in the middle of 4 bears.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to send this to Chris Gronkowski and see if he comes on the show.
Really? Yes.
I'm putting this up on Instagram so Chris Gronkowski can see it.
We would love to talk more about this.
And he might actually be, he might just barrel through my fucking apartment with walls.
I'm here.
The football in hand. He played. Apparently, he played for the Cowboys. I didn't know. Like,
Holy shit.
Did you know? Yeah. Did you? He had like Rob Gronkowski's brothers. They like all played in the NFL.
Jesus,
I didn't even know
that. That's incredible genes, man. That's nuts.
Right.
So I wonder what what their dad like does and what their mom is like. I wonder what they're about.
Just a fucking stud. Just a stud. Just breeding.
Really.
They're all bionic men. There's 4 bionic men. 718-690-9290. Apparently everybody's watching the Giant game. Because no one's watching our show as we recorded on Sunday here. Did you hear about the Vontae Davis today?
I just saw that before we started, and I was like, what? Like, I could not believe it.
Right. Here's our NFL breaking news. Vontae Davis, he's a 2-time Pro Bowler, was playing for the Buffalo Bills. And they were losing to Indianapolis, I guess the Colts. Oh, no, the Chargers today.
Right.
And at halftime, he just retired. So he's playing the game. At halftime came around. He went into the locker room, put on his street clothes, and left the stadium and retired. In the middle of the game, he retired.
Question: if you had him on your fantasy team, do you still get the points for the first half? How does that work?
Coach Sean McDermott said he pulled himself out of the game and told us he was done. Like, done with what? Like, what do you mean? Like, you don't want to play? No, I'm leaving the game. Like, the entire the sport of NFL, the football, everything. I'm gone.
I can't wait for you to do that with this show. Just get up in the middle of and be like, I'm done.
I might do it 20 minutes into, because the Giants are playing the Cowboys today. Big game.
I'm done.
It'll be for lesser reasons. The Bills were down 28-6 after the first 30 minutes. They got destroyed. Well, the Bills suck, and I guess he was tired.
Yeah, but I feel like the media and the team is making like that. But if he's saying, because he released an official statement, and he's saying that he just could not keep up. In a way, I guess he was saying like someone better should be in because I can't keep up with these guys anymore. But I feel like there's a better way to go about it. But
yeah.
But it's pretty weird. Ballsy to do that. I mean, if you're going to go, like, just be like, you know what? I tried. Actually, it's kind of weak. The more I think about it, it's kind of weak.
Kind of like a weak-minded.
Yeah. Like, I can't keep up. I can't do it.
Would you do that at a normal job? I mean, I guess people do that. They just, they're in the cubicle.
Take this job and shove it. I ain't working here no more.
And they just walk out the door. I guess people do that.
Walk out to get another job. This guy, like, fucking retired from the game. Like, he's done.
They was just like, fuck it. I'm gone. Like, you're playing in the NFL, and I was like, some people perspective. Rock.
I guess so.
Maybe the guy needs some perspective.
I mean, is this all it take to retire in the football? Just say I'm retiring, like I'm retired, like that's it, and it becomes official.
I guess.
Yeah.
Well, don't you have to file paperwork or something?
That's what I'm saying. Like he couldn't. Like he walked away, but then so here's the thing. So he says he retired, but he left the game in the middle of the game. So is he still potentially could he still be fined? Because if a player left in the middle of a game, he would be fined by at least the team, if not by the NFL. So would he be fined or because he retired, they can't do anything to him? I wonder how that works.
There's got to be some penalties with the finances.
He's got to be something.
His contract's got to be voided or something. There's got to be something.
Some sort of you can't just do that.
Like, dude, I'm paying you fucking $6 million to play in this game, like play for us, and you just can't. You're not going to leave in the middle of a game, and I'm going to continue to pay you $6 million. Not happening.
Al in the chat room just explained to us what our chat room situation is. He just got here. You were partially up against the Live This Week in Tech podcast, so that's why
This Week in Tech is beating us.
Well, the iPhone just came out. You know, right, Karen? You're all up on the new iPhone, right? I know you're wanting to talk about that.
No, I am actually running a experiment right now. No, I don't know about the new iPhone. We'll get to it.
Okay.
I'm running an experiment with Sprint right now to see if they're still going to charge me the full rate now that I own my phone. I'm waiting to see what my bill is this month.
You're playing chicken with a giant mobile phone company.
Like a big Price is Right fucking contest.
Yeah. Let's see who.
I can't
Yeah, let's see who wins that.
So
one.
what does the new iPhone do? Like, does it blow you, jerk you off? Does it tell you that you're? Does it predict the future for yourself? What does it do? What can I do with phones now?
So
like
from what I saw and what I've been seeing online, these are the two biggest advantages of the new iPhone XS and XX Max. These are the two biggest advantages. Karen, you ready?
What are they?
They're bigger and they're more expensive.
Perfect.
Outside of that, I don't know what you're getting.
Perfect. Sell it. Go. Like they had a meeting and they're like, all right, what are we going to do? What are we going to put in a new phone? I think we're just going to make it bigger and charge people more.
Done. Hire that guy.
What happened to the innovation that people used to, put forth in this world?
Kieran, we're in a terrible a terrible point in capitalism in America. We're at a point now where companies can charge over $1,000 for a phone that will do you no more good than a couple years. At which point you're basically forced to buy another one. And not only people are doing it, they're waiting in line for hours, if not days, to buy these such products. So these companies are like, if these fucking drones are just going to keep buying this, we'll just keep on we'll keep fucking them until they stop taking it. But they just want to they keep wanting it. So iPhone's to the point now, like, we're just going to make this phone obnoxiously big to the point you can't even hold it. And we're going to charge you more, and you're going to love it. You're going to love it, and you're going to wait online for a really long time for it.
Right.
Because we're iPhone.
They should, you know what they should do is just start taking away things that are in the iPhone and see if people still buy it.
You can't make calls anymore.
You can't make calls.
Oh, that was the joke. I think I was like they're going to take away like the number 8 key on the phone pad.
Wait a minute.
There's no 8. Well, our data shows that there's not too many numbers that have the number 8 in it. So we feel in this day and age, you can find other ways to communicate.
Right. Our feedback shows that, the N button is not used that much. Right. So we're just going to take that away.
Right.
Fucking iPhone.
It's like Skype. Yeah. It's like Skype we were just having trouble with. They took away the ability to mute sound. Like mute notification. Like, what the? Who does like that is like these are just obnoxious decisions to obviously to their advantage for whatever reason, maybe monetary reasons, some sort of other deal with other communication software so that theirs isn't like the best or whatever. It's all horseshit. It's all horseshit.
A lot of feedback coming in with the phone talk.
Because this is the real This Week in Tech show. That's why.
But why do people love phones so much? I mean, I guess we're all addicted. What am I talking?
It is.
That was the dumbest thing I've ever said. And I'm so addicted to my phone. I'm constantly on.
Kieran, I said this a good 2 years ago. Phones are the new cigarettes. They're the new addiction.
Well, if you listen to Elon Musk, your phone is just what AI is going to be. What AI is going to be in the future.
You're just saying letters.
This thing's going to be in your head. It's going to be attached to you. We're just in the beginning stages,
right?
Where it's like separate from your body. In the future, this is just you're gonna hit your temple and log on to Google. Or
that's not the site you're logging on to, Karen.
Yeah. Yes, porn, please. .com.
What is Al saying? My cell phone is a $15 LG flip track phone. Does all I need. Good for an emergency when away from home, and the very occasional time I need to call or get a call away from home. At home, I have Vonage. All right, so that's So there you go. Good. You're damning the man, so to speak, because you're just using it for what you need. But
right, yeah, but no one in America, other than Albert Sims, lives like Albert.
Right. He was smart enough to not let them get him.
Yeah. Where we all need 15, 18 pairs of fucking sneakers. What am I talking about? We all need 80 pairs of sneakers. We need a new T-shirt every day. If we buy a package of white undershirts, we only wear them once and we throw them out like they're toilet paper. You know what I mean? We are despicable fucking human beings who just fucking consume and throw shit out.
Yeah. Listen, there's advantages to it. It certainly helps major parts of our economy that we're buying and selling and buying and selling. But Technology is a fucking crazy. I mean, listen, and I'm not just talking about iPhone. Like, I have a Samsung, and all of a sudden, I'm still within my 2-year contract, and these most recent updates that it automatically pushes, like, I'm noticing it running slower. I've done absolutely nothing with my phone except do the updates, and it's just running slower. So it's like, what are you doing? Like, what's going on?
Right.
We're all fucked.
But it is. I mean, I don't know. We are addicted to it.
We are, though. You know, but I can't justify, like, so we briefly touched on it last week. I had to buy a new washer and dryer because the other one's crapped out because I threw a ton of bricks into them and I thought I could, you know, no. And, you know, like, I was kind of like doing some pricing and like, you know, what I can do to like save a little money. Then I realized I'm like, this thing is so important. Like, I need these things to like wash like the kids' clothes, our clothes. Like, I'd rather spend a little bit more money and make sure I have something good and has all the features I need, and not be fucking around basically with it. And then I realized, is like, wait a minute, people will drop like over $1,000 for a goddamn phone, and I'm like thinking about like $1,000 for a washing machine. Like, to me, it's like, it's apples and oranges. Like, that washing machine is going to serve so much more of a purpose than all these bells and whistles. Like, I don't need a stylus for my phone. You know, I don't need to draw things on my phone. Okay. I don't need 2,000 megapixels on my phone so I could get like fucking people's nose hairs when I take a photo.
Yeah, but what is? I mean, the phone enables you to take pictures of yourself, share them online, and make it look like your life is way better than it actually is.
Right. That's what it is. It creates this artificial life. They are geniuses at creating artificial lives for you. So you feel like it's all worthwhile.
Right. It comes with software that's in your gallery that you can edit your photos with and make it look like you're living your best life.
Exactly. Make a beauty face, put like a ocean behind you if you want. Give yourself like dog ears.
This is your key to the fantasy world.
Aw,
that's right there. There you go, right?
And also how to listen to the show, so you could like, you know,
you can listen to the radio
that's
show.
That's real fantasy world.
I should really put on my sunglasses, and this will be like the sunglass show. But I have to walk out of the room.
So it had me just wondering, you know how they have like those beauty face features. I wonder if you like you did it as a dick pic, would it like kind of make it, you know, better looking?
Make it work.
Yeah,
I hope. I don't know. I'm gonna try that later. I'm gonna take a dick pic with that like that sun shining over it
with the vignetting and shit. Yeah. It's gonna create like the Mona Lisa of dick pics.
Right. Yeah, like the fucking like it removes the blemishes and shit. Like the blemish of it being small.
Right.
That would be great. You know?
Oh, you got to do that and then post it. Post it on Instagram.
Yeah, I don't.
No one's on your Instagram. Don't worry about it.
Oh, Chris Gronkowski is, and he'll probably fucking just send one back. Okay, bro, I got one.
Oh, we're playing that game. Gronkowski's never lose.
Giant redwood. Just fucking. It's like out of the frame. Yeah, a lot to do on today's radio show, people. I don't really know if there is a lot to do on the radio.
There isn't anything.
There is a man that did you hear about the guy who got they called the bionic penis, Rock?
No, sorry.
You're not up on your latest penis news?
No, sorry. I'm not getting Penis Monthly.
Man born without a penis has 10-day erection following bionic phallus implant. So apparently he was born, he's 45 years, he's an Englishman. Andrew Wardle, 45. And he had a penis built and stuck on his fucking body, Rock. And he had sex right after.
Aw, how'd that go for him?
Doctors created a bionic penis using skin from Wardle's arm and nerves from his legs before attaching it during a 10-hour procedure in June, according to The Sun. Wardle suffered through a painful 10-day erection.
That's terrible.
That is a...
How do you even sleep? You can't like roll. Imagine trying to roll over. Eesh.
But you think he went 45 years without a fucking hammer, you know? So he's probably like, wow, this is what an erection feels like. God damn it, I hope it does.
It's like, you get what you want. Here you go.
He had to wait 6 weeks before having sex.
Well,
Something he never had been able to do prior to the procedure. So he had a bionic penis rig.
fuck.
Yeah.
Well, so is he better now? Is everything kind of copacetic now?
Yeah, he had sex. He's a champ. He worked out.
We have the capability to make the world's
First bionic penis rig.
Gentlemen, we can rebuild him. We have the technology. We have the capability to make the world's first bionic man. Steve Austin will.
It was weird. You remember that show in the 70s called the $6 million man?
Of course.
Like a $6 million man these days is like a middle reliever for the Mets. Yeah, back in the 70s, it was a dude.
Right.
It was like one of a kind, and he saved the world.
Yes.
$6 million man these days is fucking some schmo that you never heard of who plays professional sports. Just a
Isn't that
fucking
funny?
guy.
Like it was like that Austin Powers, bit that they did in like when Dr. Evil was like $1 million, and they laughed at him because $1 million is not a big deal. I didn't think I'd ever be able to use it. I actually have audio of his penis becoming erect.
Go ahead.
See?
Wow.
See? Because
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. That would be the greatest thing.
Right.
If I could get laid.
Autobots roll out.
I have a warehouse full of conch. It's great.
Well, could he shoot loads? I guess you could,
actually,
right?
that's a fair question.
Yeah, that is. I should go in there to the doctor. Hey, this guy shoot? I mean, does he shoot blanks?
I don't know.
I wonder if he has the same sensation. I mean, that's
There's a lot of questions.
That's a kind of a genius thing. Like they took nerves from his leg,
The nerve.
and somehow they wired him up like fucking electrical cords into that fucking. It's pretty ingenious.
How did it
wonder what-
look? Like, was it like all like Frankenstein?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Did it look like a dick?
Well, I'm happy
I
for
don't
him,
know.
generally speaking. At least after that whole 10-day.
I'm sure it looks like a mess.
Yeah.
Like just a mess. I'm sure it doesn't look like, the ones people are born with.
Yeah.
There's fucking just like an arm without bones in it. Just a mess.
I'm just reading the chat room. Cool Teacher apparently heard about this. How did you? What new? You're on the same news feeds as Kieran. Cool Teacher. That's terrible,
Dude, it's big news.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. I had no idea. I'm out of the loop. For me nowadays, if it's not on Twitter, I have no idea what's going on.
It wasn't written up in the Montauk Independent, Rock. Sorry. This is fucking everyday Joe fucking news.
I love Theodore's editorials. They're always so great and poignant.
My word, did you hear?
Actually, that's what it's called. It's called My Word.
My word. A 10-day eruption.
Oh, TMZ apparently reported. Wow, TMZ is just doing like generic. They're not just doing celebrities now. They're just doing any. Are they really fishing for stuff?
They got it. When you're it's 24-hour news, bro.
I'm a lawyer.
Yeah.
Harvey Levin.
What sucks is that I used to tell people, you know what? I'm only gonna watch like fucking 24-hour news when they have like a weather or a major disaster because that's when you don't put spin on
right.
it. Like spin on it.
But that's not true.
No, that's out the door, people. Like with that video of the guy, the reporter, the Weather Channel. It's actually the Weather Channel who is now learning how to put spin on their shit.
It's terrible.
Like it's fucking like the news people is it's not news. We've said it from and it's just every day they prove it more and more. Like the weather, there was a reporter reporting on the wind speed of Hurricane Florence, and he's like literally sitting there like fucking holding himself like sideways, trying to hold him up against like a 40-mile-an-hour gust of wind. But he's trying to make it seem like the gust of wind was like 120. And like two dudes just walk behind him like it's a beautiful sunny day.
Yeah.
And nothing's happening.
I don't get it. You know, everyone's like, oh, because it's gonna generate, you know, people get people's attention if there's like an insane thing. But that's not true. Like, that's not true. People are, you know, there's so many news channels. Like,
I think people just want the news
Yeah.
now. We don't need you to make TV or embellish something to grab our attention. But that's what the news is now.
exactly.
It's not news. It's just like, what can we say to these motherfuckers to get them to fucking look in here? What can we spin that fucking Trump said to get people outraged so they tune into our fucking show? What can I do when I'm covering the goddamn hurricane to make people just sit there and watch me for a little bit?
Exactly. If you notice, whenever there's hurricanes, they're always by the ocean because that's where the wind is the strongest. So they always want to be where, but like, this was a devastating storm. No matter how you slice, there was no reason to make shit up. Like, people lost lives, thousands, like I don't know, some million people are without electricity or something like that. Like real deal, legitimate issues with this storm. Like, just fucking do your job. Like, people are going to pay attention. You don't need to make shit up.
I'm gonna watch it, dude. I'm watching. I'll watch it because it's a big news.
It's a big serious situation.
You don't have to embellish it, but I guess when CNN and Fox News and the Weather Channel and MSNBC and fucking C-SPAN, everybody's fucking covering this thing, they got to make their coverage a little bit more, you know, entertaining. So somebody's watching me instead of the other channel.
Well, guess what? In one stupid shot, you lost so much integrity to so many watchers because you decided to take that gamble, so to speak, instead of just being honest. Now you lost. Now who's going to believe you? And then they came up with some bullshit thing. They're like, oh, first of all, I don't blame the weatherman because I'm sure the producers told him to fucking. So I don't blame him at all. He's just the guy. Yeah. Right. So their excuse was he was, you know, he's working so many hours. He was really tired, and he was on the grass as compared to the guys who were walking on concrete. So his balance, you know, was more difficult being on the wet grass.
Right. Here's the audio of the guy. He's the guy from the Weather Channel. He's standing in front of some sort of establishment. He's got his raincoat on, his hoodie up, and the wind's blowing on him, but it's not blowing that hard, but he's making it seem like it's blowing hard.
Right. Del Kieran likes it.
In Wilmington, North Carolina, right at the Intercoastal, and we're in one of these bands. This is about us. We had some bands like this last night.
So he's like standing up again. You can hear the wind, but right behind him, it's two dudes with like gym shorts on and t-shirts just walking right behind.
It was raining, but that's about it. It was rain. It was raining.
Right.
For that moment.
It was literally, it was just like every day. It's everyday rainstorm.
Exactly.
That's what it was.
Exactly.
This night at the hotel.
Man, he's literally standing like, if he doesn't stand in that crouch, he's gonna get blown away into the tree.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
And the wind is literally going. I mean, we've seen this has happened. This is not new.
Yeah.
Like I remember one time the Today Show was this is when Matt Lattimore was on. They were reporting about these massive floods that took place in New Jersey, and so they sent some girl to go cover it. And the Today Show comes on, and it's like the lead story. They're like, "Oh, massive floods in fucking New Jersey," and the opening shot is the girl, the reporter, in a canoe, like canoeing on the street.
Yeah.
And then there's like two fucking workers who just literally walk right in front of her. And Matt Lauer's like, "Come on!" Like Matt Lauer was just like, "All right, come on, lady. You didn't have like."
Bad.
You can stand up. You can get out of that canoe and just stop.
You can walk now.
Or like if you just look it up on Google right now, now that this Weather Channel story's hot, if you just Google weather reporter, you'll see a picture of Anderson Cooper like reporting from like a fucking swamp, but it looks like he's reporting from like a swamp or like a 6 foot deep flood, but really he's like reporting from a pothole that got filled up with water, and there's a dude filming him who's like standing on dry concrete. Like it's stupid. Like they embellish. It's like it's so bad.
It's terrible, actually. It's terrible.
Report the news. I think people are just craving the actual news and not these attention. You don't have to embellish it. Life is not. I think it's like I don't know. It's like it's weird. We're, as people, we've totally changed. We have to make something exciting for us to pay attention, you know? Whereas back in the past, when Walter Cronkite was reporting the news, it just had to be the fucking news.
That's it. Now we're just like, we're just drones.
Right.
We need the big shiny red ball.
Like if we're not excited about the fucking hurricane, we're not going to pay attention. Like I don't know. Like I don't know how to put it. Like the hurricane has to be exciting for us to. But I mean, real life isn't fucking exciting.
No, it's not.
So now the news has got to be fucking. I don't know. Horse shit.
But there's so much. Like he couldn't find somewhere where there was some legitimate devastation. Like he just was like, this is where we're gonna go. We'll have to wing it a little bit.
Well, it doesn't have to like. It's a big story. Like people are going to get affected, and fucking houses are going to be lost. So that's the story.
A huge story.
Just stand in the rain and go. You know what? People with floods. Back to you, Stu. You know, you don't have to be like, oh shit, I can't fucking. You don't. What the fuck? I don't get it.
It's terrible. Yeah. So next time, hopefully, there's no more hurricanes. But there's another hurricane. Be aware of a lot of times when the people there just stand by the beach. Or they'll stand by a lot of trees with a lot of flowing branches, so that whenever there's a little gust of wind, it looks like a fucking hurricane is a giant typhoon is flying through.
The one, that super mega typhoon Mang Hut that hit Hong Kong.
Pizza Hut.
That was a fucking.
No,
hurricane.
that's.
That thing was ridiculous. Yeah. Like it's terrifying. Like I was looking at some of the footage. It's fucking.
This is like Kieran's like Japan.
Listen to it. Like it's just toppling fucking building.
Yeah, no, like for sure. Even that name, it sounds kind of like ominous. Mang Hut.
Right. It went like this hurricane went over the Philippines and literally just took the Philippines and put it like right next to Rhode Island. Like, it fucking it just moved it on the map of the world.
Exactly.
It was.
I'm the captain now.
Yeah. Like some of this footage is amazing. Yeah, that's a fucking hurricane.
Yeah.
You know. But that sucks, man. Living on one of them islands, like in where the water's all warm around the island in the tropics, because a fucking Cat 5 hurricane could just come rolling through and not slow down at all.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like when a hurricane is going to hit North or South Carolina or come up to New York or hit Jacksonville, Florida, it's going to fucking weaken up as soon as it gets close to the coast. It's never going to be a 4, rarely will it, because the water's too cold. It's just going to fucking. I'm like, man, it's cold.
Right. And also, it's hitting the United States, so it's a giant piece of land as compared to like a lot of places in the Pacific where there's these like slivers of land. So even if it goes over land, it's immediately back over water, so it doesn't even blink.
Yeah. Yeah. That one like a couple of years ago that hit some sort of fucking random island over there somewhere. I forget what it was. But it literally it just leveled the entire island. It took it's like when you
Wait, you talking about Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico?
It's like when somebody gets mad at a restaurant and just clears the dinner table of shit. That's what that hurricane did to that island. Just left it an empty table. Right. That's crazy, man. Can you imagine what that is a tornado? When a hurricane's a Cat 5, that's a giant tornado.
Well, actually, no, it's a hurricane.
Well, no, but the wind speeds are, what I'm saying. 718-690-9290.
Wow.
Apparently people who want to talk to us.
Yeah, well,
we can't even claim that we're the most interactive radio show anymore because no one interacts with.
Well, last week was pretty interactive.
That's right.
We talked about tea a lot.
Yeah, a lot of tea and a lot of oh god.
Yeah.
Eh. So the only place where you're gonna get actual real news is actually shows like ours.
Right. We're not going to sugar. It might be wrong information, but we'll be honest about it.
Like the news is not the news because they have to grab your attention for you to watch it. Like Rock and I don't have. This is what real news looks like. Like our radio show.
It's an
Very
ugly,
boring.
It's an ugly look we have.
It's very boring with the occasional laugh.
But these sunglasses makes it so much cooler. Now, hip news. I miss Leroy's breaking news. He's got to come back on. I feel like ever since he wore his old New York Giants jersey, he's been.
Well, this is how unimportant our show is. Like one of our co-hosts doesn't even want to be here because the Giants just happen to be playing the Cowboys, and he's like, "I want to watch that, so I'm not coming to do my job."
It's true. He's not even in the chat room. Oh fuck! That reminds me of like way back in the day when Fat Kev was on the show, and he's like, "I gotta go. The Sopranos are on." Just peaced out.
No one has ever said that to Howard Stern. It's like, you know what? I don't want to come in today because I gotta watch fucking the Today Show. Today Show's having somebody on that I want to see. Yeah. Did you read the story about apparently Paul McCartney admitted that he used to him and the Beatles used to have like circle jerks? What the fuck is that about? Like, this is where we're at.
Can't honestly. I saw a headline. I was like, "This can't be. I can't even deal with this." So
Right.
I didn't even bother because I said, "There's no way."
Is that not an idiocracy headline? Like, it's a complete idiocracy headline. Like, it's something you would hear in the movie Idiocracy.
Yeah, it doesn't even make sense. So wait, what? Seriously, what went on with the Beatles?
Apparently there were like at times when they would be like partying and they'd all like pass out in the same room, and like I guess Paul woke up to the sounds of like John Lennon jerking off, so they all just woke up and started jerking off together. Like, who does that? Like what the fuck? Like that's an old 70s thing. Like the circle jerk thing.
Yeah, really. That's old school.
Yeah. But apparently this is breaking news. It's the Beatles used the circle jerk. That's nuts. And why would you share that? Like, you're a legend. Like, Paul McCartney's an absolute music legend.
Maybe that's why Ringo Starr was around, because he was like, he really did nothing for the band, but he was amazing in the circle jerk.
Like, he was the best circle
he was
jerk.
like, he made it all worthwhile for everybody.
Maybe it was like a contest when they had the circle jerk together. Like, if I could get my load out before you guys, I remain in the band. And he did, and so that's why Ringo's been a part of the band.
Right.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's a safe guess.
Why? Like, I don't get the circle jerk.
I have no idea. That's basically, yeah, you wanting to experiment with another guy in a way.
Why would you want to be next to your friend being like, let's jerk off together? No. That's not what I want to do. I don't want to even shit next to somebody in a goddamn public restroom. I don't even want to do that.
Right.
I clench up.
That'd be weird. A circle shit.
Like, have you ever been to the fucking like Penn Station in New York City?
Oh yeah.
And there's like 40 stalls together, and there's like 40 guys taking shit.
It's the worst.
It's a terrifying situation.
It's a terrible. A close second is those urinals that are troughs. I hate those.
Right. I don't even want to pee next to somebody.
Those troughs, like, it's one thing to have your own urinal, but then it's another thing where you're pissing into like a long trough, and then everyone's pee goes down the same stream because it's just like angled, so it all like goes into one funnel. It's terrible. It's the worst. Bill Burr does a great little bit of that in his animated series F is for Family, when he was growing up and his dad takes him to the bathroom, men's bathroom, and they're all at one of those trough style urinals, and he's just like so low, he's getting like splashed on, and there's like big gross men spitting in it and making all these noises, and yeah,
like in a circle jerk. I don't want to fucking harp on this because the Beatles did it, Brock, and that's why I got to spend a little bit of time on it.
Right.
Like when you're done,
Okay.
like you're done in the circle. Do you wait in the group until everybody finishes before you all
Right.
leave?
Is that
or
like
do you-
etiquette to stay?
Like what's the circle jerk etiquette?
Yeah. How does that
Like don't
work?
talk. Is it like golf? Like don't talk when I'm jerking? Because it
So
ruins
there, just because I guess maybe I'm not terribly familiar with circle jerk for the best, anyways. But like, is there a woman involved at all?
Well, apparently, according to the story, they there wasn't a girl there, but they started like yelling out names of girls that were hot at the time.
This is
So
weird.
they can all,
That's
like,
really
imagine-
weird.
They can all imagine all the people. Yeah, that type of
Nice.
thing.
How Kieran was waiting to say that.
I wasn't. I don't feel very funny.
Isn't there
today.
like that shitty game where like they on a Triscuit they all got to like jizz onto a Triscuit and whoever's last has to eat it?
Oh, love me, lube. You know I love you.
Oh,
Coming in from Cool Teacher.
that's nice. That's nice. That's a nice. That was the original lyrics.
Hey, lube, don't make it.
What other songs?
What I got? Give me some. All right, now I found the bit.
Yeah. You're gonna find all like the
Song
Beatles
titles.
songs.
Okay, now I gotta look that up.
Let's see what we
And-
got here.
Give me some rock. Beatles song titles. All right. Come together.
That's it. That's the bit. You wouldn't have to go anywhere. You've already. It's a comedy pyramid. I wanna hold your dick.
Ah, yeah, there you go. Whack whack.
Come together. That's the name of the show, by the way. Right there. Come together.
Come together. Yes. CUM together.
No.
Here comes the sun. Here comes my load. Oh my God, that sounds terrible. Here comes my load, little darling.
We
Well,
can work it out. We can jerk it out.
Who's got one? Anybody in the chat room? Call in 718-690-9290.
They have a song called Norwegian Wood.
Well, that's when they were in Norway, and they all had a circle jerk over there. The Ballad of John and what?
My dick.
Yeah, that's just weird. Why would Paul McCartney say that?
This goes
I
to
guess-
show you how little I really give a shit about the Beatles. I have like no idea what their songs are.
Well, you just know they're legendary. You know?
I'm not much of a Beatles fan. Circles. They have a song called Circles.
Lucy in the Sky with Come on Her Chin? No.
Come and
that's
Get
not
It.
that
They
one.
have a song. What year was that? 1969. Yeah, 1968 was the song Circles. Oh, what are the lyrics to Circles? Because I wonder if that's a reference.
Lucy in the Sky with a rape whistle? That's not a song title. Just made that one up, Rock. Only you know. The long-winded circle jerk. No.
What else? What other songs?
8 days a week, real song. Abbey Load. Abbey Load. That's all Cool Teacher. 718-690-9290 if you want to chime in on the Beatles circle jerk song title. Yeah, I wish I could use Beatles music right now, but
Right.
I get $600,000 if I played any. I don't want to fucking.
I don't know any of these songs.
So, circle jerking is an old person thing, apparently.
Yeah, like what do the
Twist and-
millennials do? What's the skeevy thing that the millennials do?
Rape. God damn it.
Just go straight for it.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
go for it.
It's a group rape, apparently.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's crazy. I don't know. Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't really have much to back this up. I'm sorry to change the subject, but it's definitely interesting. I feel like that whole net neutrality shit that's no longer going on. It's starting to come into effect. I'm starting to notice some random slowdowns of sites that I use, and like YouTube's being a little slower. But like then when I go to check my speed, everything's the same as it was.
Right.
So it's happening, man.
Yeah, it is. No, we're all gonna get bogged down. Yeah, the internet is no longer the wild west.
Nope. It's a control. It's controlled. It's completely. We're cattle now.
Right. It's not free. There's no freedom anymore, people. Zero freedom. There's the illusion of freedom, but you're not exactly free.
Exactly.
You have to live. Even like the people on that show on Discovery Channel, the Alaskan Bush people, they're not completely free either.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not.
Nobody's free.
Yeah, there's
terrible.
no freedom.
It's terrible.
It's the illusion of freedom. That's what you get, which is, to most people, that's fine, because they work and they get hammered on the weekends, and that's how they live their life.
Exactly. But yeah, I'm starting to notice that. Like I'll use like files to like sites to transfer files. It's running slower, and then I check my speeds. Everything's normal. Everything's top notch.
Now that I think about it, Rock, you are correct, because
I am.
I'm not saying that I've noticed in my adult searches of videos that I like to watch.
Yes.
It does take a little longer for it to buffer and play the clip.
That's it.
So that could
absolutely
kind of pissing me off, because I used to be able to just click it and it start playing.
That's right. Yeah.
I have to wait like 30 seconds, and if I want to scroll through the video, that's a good 10 minutes. I gotta wait for that thing to catch up. Like if you have a 20-minute clip, most porn clips that I watch are 20 minutes, because I like a little story, a little background before they get into
the personalities.
I need a little setup. I can't just go right into the, what do they call it, Gonzo, Rock, where they're just like, boom, you just click play and they're just taking, just. I need like, oh, doctor, I got a little problem with my thing. A little setup, or like, somebody's making a sandwich for somebody and then they just end up fucking. I need some background. So I need,
All right, you need the setup.
Yeah, and I watch the longer ones, and it takes me a while to get through them all. A little bit faster, Rock, which sucks, because I usually watch that shit late at night, and I like to just bang it out so I can get to sleep and not be late for work. So it's fucking my whole life up, really, because it takes me longer to watch porn. I'm really going down a fucking hill with this fucking scenario. This net neutrality is really fucking up my life.
I want to see you on the stand to stop net neutrality.
Right.
Or to bring it back, rather.
Right, because it takes me longer to watch porn, which is affecting the amount of time I can sleep at night, which is affecting my work performance when I go into the office, because I'm tired because of the bogged down porn clip. That
I just want you to give that like on the stand. Like,
right. Sir, what you just said is the most retarded thing. Like clip from Billy Madison. Yeah, net neutrality is a motherfucker, people. Are you into the rap battles, Rock?
No, because I'm assuming we're bringing up Eminem, Machine Gun Kelly, and I'm just like, two white guys, not interested. Right. Those aren't real beefs. I'm sorry, this isn't racist, but I think you got to be African American hip hop artists to have real beefs. I think white guys just don't do beefs.
Thoroughly in agreement with that. Thoroughly in agreement with that. Yes, and I feel like when Eminem picks rap battles, he's always picking like the fill-in rapper.
Like the guy on the indie label.
He's not exactly taking on like Nas or like fucking like he's not even taking on like a dead Biggie Smalls.
Right.
Like that would be even more. Like if he's just like, oh fuck it, I'm just gonna start a rap battle with Tupac.
He was like
But
taking
Tupac
on a guy on the third stage at Governor's Ball.
literally taking on the open micer.
Right.
He's taking on the open micer. He's the Beatles, and yeah, and he's taking on some fucking garage band. He doesn't take on. But so everybody, like, he makes this fucking song where he's just called Kill Shot against Machine Gun Kelly. Apparently, it's a great fucking rap diss. But Machine Gun Kelly's not a nobody.
And didn't this shit start in like 2012, apparently?
Yeah, he got mad about a tweet. Apparently, Machine Gun...
The backstory is terrible, even.
It's the most retarded.
It really is.
Right. But Machine Gun Kelly is the latest person to get affected by an old tweet. That's all it was.
That whole headline is just lame.
I know.
Like Machine Gun Kelly gets upset by a tweet.
Like everybody made these videos, like they do. Like Eminem put out this song, and then like all the YouTube influencers make their videos, like the review of the song, and they're all just calling Eminem like a rap god. Machine Gun Kelly's career is ended. It's over. R.I.P. Machine Gun Kelly. And I'm just like, I didn't even know who he was. Like, I didn't know he had a career.
Right.
Like, who is this guy? Like, I feel like, and they're calling Eminem like the greatest rapper of all time because you can't battle him. But anybody who's ever tried to battle him, like, he hasn't taken on anybody.
Right. Right.
Like,
Exactly.
who are you taking on? You're taking on a guy from Cleveland. Machine Gun Kelly from Cleveland.
Yeah. He's got enough problems. Do you really?
Right.
Like, what are you doing?
Cleveland. Number one, he's from Cleveland.
Case dismissed.
Number two, he's got full body tattoos. He's not gonna make a living. Full body tattoos. He's done.
And then on the flip side, you got Nicki Minaj versus Cardi B, and they're fucking throwing shoes at a fashion show and yelling, and you know, Cardi B had to get escorted out. Now that's beef. Those are beefs.
That's more of a rivalry than the Machine Gun Kelly Eminem thing.
Well, how so? What are you saying? Because there's no raps about him?
Because they are, yeah.
They'll be rap. They're going to start talking about each other now.
They took it off, but it's like it's almost like an equal. It's like Cardi B's giant, and Nicki Minaj was giant and still is kind of relevant. So that's a rap battle. Like when Nas took on Jay-Z, that was a rap battle. Like I wouldn't say when Eminem took on Cannabis back in the day, that wasn't a rap battle because LL Cool J was a monster.
Right.
A legend. Cannabis wasn't, he didn't even know what the fuck he was. You thought he was actually, you actually thought fucking LL Cool J was having a rap battle against a plant. Like he had no idea that Cannabis was a fucking rapper. And apparently people said that Cannabis won that one.
Was that the KRS-One versus PM Dawn? That was
wow, that was a rap battle. One was snooze fest.
It was more one side. It was like a first round knockout by KRS-One.
What were some great rap battles? I don't even know.
I'm sure that's an easy and good find.
Look that up.
Damn it.
Look that up, Brock, because I'm bad at typing.
Oh man.
But I guess I don't think Eminem's had a rap battle other than when before he was famous and he was actually doing them on some stage at some dive bar in Detroit. Like these things that he does now that are not rap battles. They're not fucking rap feuds because they're not equivalent. Like he really needs to take on a Nas. He needs to take on somebody who's famous.
Kumo
D
versus LL Cool J was number 5 according to this site.
What are the rap battles?
He gave LL lyrical whiplash in the form of "How You Like Me Now." Cool J fired back with the instant gem to the break of dawn. Kumo D wouldn't let L have a final word, so he struck "Let's Go L." Hit him even harder with Jack the Ripper. I don't know. Number 4, Cannabis versus LL Cool J. Whoa,
that one was good. By the way, the best song that LL Cool J ever put out was that diss against Cannabis, but apparently Cannabis won that. I don't know.
Right. Oh, Ice Cube versus NWA. Yeah, that was great. No Vaseline. That was in the movie Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Tupac versus Biggie.
Like, right. Those are rap battles.
And the number 1 was Jay-Z versus Nas.
Jay-Z, those are legends going after each other. That's the Yankees playing the Red Sox. It's not the Yankees playing the fucking
Don't say it.
the Toledo Mud Hens.
I thought you were gonna say the Mets.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
So Eminem, you can't deem him the greatest rapper of all time because he hasn't go out and fucking take on Nas. Go out and take on, like, they're talking, like, he's trying to, like, even the guys, like, on his latest album, Rock, he mentions all these people that he's had feuds with, like Joe Budden and like fucking Jay Electronica. Have you heard of any of these guys?
No.
They're all good. They're all good, but they're not the equivalent of Eminem. They're not a Nas. They're not a Jay-Z. They're not a fucking Biggie Smalls. They're not a Tupac. They're not. So he, like, all these guys he names on his latest album that he has beefs with are not fucking equivalents. They're fucking,
Yeah. I'm just seeing if there's any other ones.
they're not even in the game. Like, Jay Electronica hasn't even put out a fucking album.
Who the fuck is Jay Electronica?
He's really good,
Yeah?
but he hasn't put out an album. He's really good. He's like a really lazy rapper. Like, he doesn't want to put together an album, but he's really good when he does put out something. He's very smart. If he put out an album, it'd probably be great. Like, go down in the fucking the archives of great rappers or great albums, because he's really good. Like, Joe Budden is a really good lyricist, but no one knows who Joe Budden is other than his podcast that he does on fucking Spotify. Brock doesn't know who Joe Budden is.
No, I know Joe Biden.
Yeah, he knows Joe Biden, but this is Joe Budden, Rock.
Joe Budden.
This is the knockoff. This is the knockoff Joe Biden. Yeah, but, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, Eminem picks these guys on his album, Kamikaze. He's like, oh, I'm gonna go after fucking Joe Budden, fucking this guy. No one knows who they are, so you're not really saying anything there, Eminem.
Right.
You know,
It's terrible.
You're
What
not-
a waste.
Yeah. Machine Gun Kelly. You're taking on a guy from Cleveland.
That nobody knows.
That's abuse. That's abuse.
That's like beating a one-legged man.
Greatest rappers of all time were Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, coming in from Albert Sims. Apparently, Albert got just stuck in 1976. Just having, I don't know. 718-690-9290 if you want to call him. No one's gonna call him. Did you see? That's our radio show. Did you see the cheerleader who beat the hell out of that girl? Did you watch that video?
What? No.
There was this cheerleader, literally dressed in like a cheerleading, like your typical fucking cheerleading outfit.
Sure.
And this African American girl came up to her, big girl, a big burly, like fucking giant girl, almost picking on her. Asking her, like, do you want to fight? Do you want to fight? This girl was very intimidating. That was picking on this cheerleader. And this cheerleader got up and fucking destroyed her.
Oh, damn.
Like, blonde hair, beautiful cheerleader. Your typical, like, when you think of cheerleader, this is the image of the girl.
How can I look this up? Cheerleader
Fight. Cheerleader brutally beats down girl.
When was this? Oh my god, there's a lot.
This video
6 days ago. California cheerleader beats up bully in viral video.
Yeah. Play that, Rock. I don't know what. Play that. Watch
Is she like sitting down at the beginning?
Yeah, she's sitting at a table, like it looks like it's at recess or something. I got the audio right here.
All right, so I'm just watching it. She's like, nobody wants to fight. She's standing there making her point, still sitting down. I mean, you could probably play the audio, probably be better.
Oh, I got a call coming in.
Oh.
Call, you're on the air. Caller.
Is this public access?
Yes, it's public access. Welcome to the show. Thanks for the call. Please submit your
You're a
donation.
fucking motherfucking cocksucker. You sickers to cocksucker.
God damn it. It took me a lot to answer that phone call. That kid doesn't understand that I got the update of Skype now. I got to, like, delete everything before I can answer a phone call. I got to minimize and...
Wow, that girl just like she stood her ground, man.
She annihilated that motherfucker. Here's the audio. Oh, here he comes again.
I like the new Skype.
Call, you're on the air. What's your name?
Motherfucker.
Why do you keep picking it up? You know the number.
It's that new Skype, Brock. Here's the audio.
Yeah, you're in my face. She's not gonna hit her. Whoa, she's not gonna hit her.
What do you want, you little motherfucker? What's up?
Oh, goddamn. Hey, get on.
God damn.
Touch me.
Oh, there's so many angles.
Yeah, really.
Oh, she threw the first punch.
Goddamn. Hey, get on.
God damn. By the way, she never dropped her cell phone.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Break it up. Break this shit up. Come on. There we go. Your ass beat, Joe.
Well, that other girl threw the first punch,
Right.
and then the
Yeah, the cheerleader was just defending herself. Yep.
Yeah. Wow, that was pretty impressive.
Hurry up in this bitch. You already know. I knew there was going to be a rumble here tonight. I love watching rumbles. This shit fun as fuck, especially bitch one.
Well, thanks for the commentary there, buddy.
Really.
I love watching rumbles.
He's no
Especially-
Howard Cosell, that's for sure.
Yeah, this is Howard Cosell. I love them rumbles, especially a bitch fight. God. You.
I can't believe how many people like this. There are so many angles. Yeah, that girl in the yellow, she threw the first
Right?
punch at the
Remember, like back in the day when, remember back in the day when there was like a fight in high school? Like a lot of people jumped in to help out. Now it's just like everybody's just getting their own camera angle.
right.
Like if you get to a fight in high school, no one's gonna hop in to help you out. People are just gonna surround you and just get a good angle so they can share it. It doesn't matter if you take a punch to the face and you hit your head on the goddamn concrete floor. No one's gonna help you.
No, absolutely not. You're on your own because everyone's just gonna be tweeting it. Or
I guess what we're saying with this episode, people, is that we live in a weird fucking time where the Weather Channel doesn't even report the real news.
right. That's how bad it is.
They report the weather, and they embellish that.
That's
They
that's sad.
That's where we're at.
God, it's so sad.
You know,
Do.
Rocket's wearing sunglasses to make it seem that our show's more exciting.
We're hip.
Rock's even embellishing. This is what real life is.
I'm just
people.
my eyes are closed. That's all.
Real life is boring. Everything you see on TV is an embellishment. Everything you see on the news, it's fucking. It's a weird world, Rock. But I don't know if I want to. It's like a No Country for Old Men type thing.
Really
That's what I feel like.
Yeah. You're just gonna sit there at the end and ponder life.
You're gonna live in a fucking some fucking cabin in the desert with a bunch of cats.
And realize none of it makes sense and nothing ever will.
Uh,
How old is Tommy Lee Jones now? He's got to be on the death watch, right?
He's got to be. Yeah, the days are numbered for Tommy Lee Jones. I gotta imagine.
It's crazy. He is such a great actor. It's just so sad. Like, oh, he's only 72. God damn, he looks so much older.
Oh, he's been making movies. He's been on the screen. He's been on the silver screen for a long time.
Yeah. 72. He's still, it's winding down, but still, he's got a few more years on him.
Hey, Yeah, so I guess that's all I got. I don't know.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. I'm pissed that the Hurricane Florence made my West Virginia Mountaineers got. Oh, what did Norm Macdonald do? I saw a fucking
things people never say.
Norm Macdonald has a new Netflix show, and I saw a headline before about how Norm Macdonald. It said read Norm Macdonald's show on Netflix is super boring. Why is this on Netflix when that Jenna Wolf? Who's that other girl that had a show on Netflix? That new comedian, Jenna Wolf.
Oh, right. She had a stand-up act on HBO, and then she got a little gig on Netflix, right? I didn't think she was that funny.
That show, here's the actual title. Norm Macdonald has terrible show. Michelle Wolf had a great one. That's the title of somebody's art. If you ever saw Michelle Wolf's show on Netflix, it was way worse than this radio show.
Wow.
It was brutal.
Wow.
It was terrible, Rock.
Wow.
I watched like 4 of them. I think there was 4. I don't even know how many there were. I was like, I can't believe somebody produced this.
Wow.
It was brutal. It was the worst piece of shit radio TV show I have ever seen. Now I get Norm Macdonald. He's not the most entertaining dude in the world, but he is funny and he has his own spiel. I can't, for a writer at the Daily Beast to say Michelle Wolf's show on Netflix was great. You've never seen it.
You're just trying to get people's attention.
You're not you're right for the Daily Beast.
Yeah.
I guarantee you've never seen Michelle Wolf's show if you wrote a headline like that. It's like YouTube people make better, like anything on YouTube is better than that show. Yet they put in money to that to fucking produce that shit. Right? It was the worst. Go back, try to find Michelle Wolf's show on the internet, Rock, during the week and watch it and go. Those glasses are so fucking distracting.
Is this better?
I feel like
is this better?
You know what pisses me off? I feel like your eyes are closed.
No, they are. They really are.
Like I'm doing like a Weekend at Bernie's type deal.
Hey, Kieran.
Yeah.
Just flail the arms.
Like my co-host is even here. He's sleeping.
No, because I saw her stand-up act and it really wasn't that good. And at the time I was like, who is this woman and why does she have it was on HBO, I believe.
Right.
And I was like, what's her deal? And then shortly after, so she had the Netflix and I was like, oh, okay. But I didn't bother watching it. But then, and then immediately after, I got canned. Her and the Joel McHale show, because I was kind of bummed about that because they Netflix picked up Joel McHale's show, which was like on E,
I don't think those shows work on Netflix.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's the problem.
I think Netflix is for fucking our comedy specials and documentaries and movies.
Right. Things that aren't timely.
Yeah. We can't have timely shit on fucking Netflix.
Right.
Michelle Wolf's show was brutal.
Oh.
Like unreal. It was so bad.
Jeez.
The writing was it's like they wrote the jokes 1 minute before they went on air. Like that's how bad they were.
So are we gonna get Michelle Wolf on the show? That's the question.
I'm sure she's a great comedian. I'm sorry, she did that thing.
Well, I saw her stand up. I don't know.
No,
no offense. No offense, Michelle. Not a fan.
What was the Washington? What's that fucking thing they have in Washington?
Oh, right. She was at the correspondence thing, right?
She killed it at the correspondence dinner. That was great.
How do you get that gig? How do you go from being a nobody to work in the correspondence dinner?
Well, she was the latest fucking hot female comedian. I know, Rock, female comics, you can't have an opinion on female comics because Rock was owned by Bonnie McFarlane.
Owned. Just wasn't having it.
The Carolines on Broadway in Manhattan back in 2008. Where Rock was sitting front row and Bonnie McFarlane was doing a little crowd work and Rock was not having it. He just stone-faced her. And Bonnie McFarlane just fucking was staring. What did she do? She like stared at you. She's like, motherfucker, you better talk.
Yeah. I was like, nope. I was like, nope.
You're not.
I'm here to see good comedy. I don't need lazy crowd work. Tell me jokes. Tell me jokes.
Tell me jokes. And ever since then, Rock is.
And by the way, your husband does the crowd work, so there's no reason that you need to do it too.
Right.
But
Bonnie was not having it.
No, we both were not happy with the situation.
I didn't want that to either, man. I hated I
don't want to be picked on. I deal with enough of it in my life. I don't need it.
Ever since that night, Rock, that you and Bonnie had your little stare off at Caroline's, I have never sat in the front row of any comedy show.
Exactly.
I was like, I'm going to the back. No one's going to know I'm here.
Exactly. It's not fun. People like it and cool, but it's just not for me. I don't need to be reminded of all my issues.
I don't want to be a part of the act.
Yeah. Right.
Right. I don't. You do the fucking act.
Yeah. I don't go to a baseball game and I don't bat third because they need somebody to pinch hit or something.
Yeah. I don't sit in the front row thinking fucking Derek Jeter's gonna go, hey, you want to take a fucking swing?
Basically what I just said.
There to watch him. I know I say the jokes after you say them. So people
You
get
just added more words.
right. Made the joke worse.
You mentioned a player that doesn't even play anymore.
All right, there you go. It's a short show this week, and I don't think we actually did anything. Well, that was a. I will tell you, like the reporter should have reported with Hurricane Florence. You should have said it. Well, this is uneventful. That's how they should have reported. Yeah, some flooding, but not much is going on here. Back to you, Stu. That's what our radio show was today. Uneventful.
This show is nothing more than a mile, like a slight breeze.
Right. You didn't gain anything from our show today.
No, you did.
Nothing. What did they learn from today's show? Name me
about the circle jerk. I mean, who knew that?
It was news everywhere, right?
Oh,
everywhere. It's news everywhere.
We learned that Chris Gronkowski is following you.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's the one thing.
You gained a follower.
Yeah.
One follower.
All right. Subscribe to us if you want or don't. At Lunatic Radio on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter at Lunatic Radio. Subscribe to the Lunatic Radio Show on YouTube. And we'll come back next week and try harder.
Al in the chat room sums it up. I enjoy the show. Would have called in if I had something worth saying. So that kind of sums things up. Kind of like how we are with the show.
What do you want me to name the show? Oh, Come Together?
Yeah. But like the normal way, not the,
Oh, you don't want me to...
Yeah, let's let the public be able to access this show.
What, if I write the CUM?
Like, that would probably be a problem.
Be a problem?
I think so.
I think the problem is the show itself. All right, we'll see people fucking some other time. Next week. Later.
See you.
Where the hell am I?